when we talk about nature, nature is, if anything, contextual. You have tropical climates, you have deserts, you have beaches, and all these things kind of call to a different approach to design. And so, in terms of context, it is essentially one of the first things that we as architects, and especially we as monarchy, look into. We walk the site just to kind of understand where our opportunities are. One of the things that I like to think of is in terms of context is, is it a 10-acre site? Is it an urban property? If we're looking at an urban property, we're probably not looking at a lot of open view directed windows, but perhaps there's opportunities for, internal courtyards because it's a more internalized site. That said, it doesn't have to. You're still kind of creating those connections with nature. It just may not be looking out into the Pacific Ocean or something of the sort. And so, yeah, context plays huge. And then there's a cultural context part where you kind of just mentioned. Um, we look at all these pictures. There, I love to travel, and those are all from different countries. Um, the response stylistically to a lot of cultures is has been really fun to watch. And there's um there's that famous quote that we shape buildings and buildings shape us. Paraphrased, obviously, um, but the the way that both culture and religion has had an impact in architecture style, um, and function, has been a primary aspect of or a primary response to architecture since the very beginning. And so, as architects, it is kind of our responsibility not just to continue that trend, but simply seek to see what the needs within our context are, and then have a response to those that are both stylistically appropriate, um, but also um, contextualized in terms of the needs and the natural aspects of that site.